how big it gets.
Give thanks to the Holy Spirit. Think of her when you say, I see this.
Oh my gosh,
Look at that, man. That thing almost got. Welcome to the show, folks. It's UAP Truth 33. I'm John. I'm your host. I haven't been around in a while. I took a little bit of a hiatus. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was a little under the weather for a while, and then there's not really much going on right now with this whole subject. They signed that task force with Rep Luna, and at first I was excited about that. I thought they were really going to get down to something, you know, uh, with the UAP subject. And it turns out, that they overloaded them with so many different things. You got JFK, RFK, MLK. You guys know. Uh, not to mention 9/11 and the whole thing with the pandemic and stuff. So um, have that many different things to investigate. You would think the task force would have to be pretty big. Like and this supposedly is only supposed to go on for like 6 months or something. Now they can renew, to extend it, but I just feel like that's too many things for these people to investigate effectively. And the fact that they're not going back very far. They're only going back, I think, what is it, a few years, or a couple decades, maybe. Like this is a subject that goes all the way back to the, you know, uh, 40s, 30s. If you listen to David Grusch, the first craft that the U.S. government was supposed to have obtained was from actually through the Vatican and Italy. Mussolini in the 30s, I believe, 1938, I think he said. So, and then I did an episode on Kecksburg. That was in 1965, Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. The UFO crash there, which really isn't as famous as you think it would be. I mean, it got a little bit of airplay. It was actually Montel Williams, or was that his name, Montel Williams? Yeah, I think Montel Williams. The talk show host. He did an episode where he had the guests on, the people, the witnesses and stuff, and that was in the 80s. And then you never really heard about it again. And then, a few people on this platform have done. UAP Gerb did a really good documentary on it. I did a brief episode on it. Yeah. So where are we at? Like, what's going on here? What's the status? Haven't heard anything. So I believe David Grush is, he doesn't have his clearance anymore. So they hired him on to this. I guess Burleson hired him on to be like an aide to him in this task force and try to get his clearance back so they can get him into a skiff. But there seems to be a concerted effort. For those of you who don't know, David Grusch, he was the whistleblower that testified in 2023. I believe it was like July 26th or something of 2023. He testified before Congress, and he had filed, with Dobser so that he was able to testify, and it's all real shady. I mean, really is. So anyway, he was everybody. I mean, the majority of the people that are familiar with this subject know who David Grush is. So he was the whistleblower that came out and said we had craft, we had biologics, that these beings possibly may have been here all along. They may be like higher dimensional. A whole lot of things were said during this hearing, and from what I understand, that's crazy. So they were blocking him. They didn't, you know, I guess elements in our intelligence agencies, government, or whatever was didn't allow him to get into the skiff with these representatives who also have clearance. So they have top secret clearance. And it was basically established that there was this cabal inside our government and also involved with like private corporations outside of our government who had government contracts to deal with this type of technology. Um, and that basically they were siphoning off taxpayer money, like we're talking mass amounts. They don't have to answer to anybody. They don't have to report what they're doing. Nobody knows what the money's going to, what it's for. And you would think that this would have been a big shock to the public, and actually it wasn't, man. And it was very surprising, which just kind of shows you the level of um, people are asleep. They're just trying to get by. They're trying to survive. They're living their day to day life. Going to work every day, paying their bills. They're living their life. They don't have time to really think about these things, delve into these things, and get active. Which is a shame. But I feel like that's the goal. Keep us distracted with all this other BS, and so that we don't look the big picture. Um, And then you see, like, with the drone thing that happened in November and December of last year, and it's still going on today, and the thing is, they try to say that it was just New Jersey and whatnot, but this thing was going on worldwide. So, they were coming from the ocean, and then they would go after they would hang out for hours and hours and hours, they would go back out to the ocean. Nobody really knew where they were going, and when they sent, like, a Coast Guard skip or something out there, you know, these things actually were tracked, they were following, the Coast Guard, and, there was guys that had testified and said that there was like 50 of these things, following their boat. So that's crazy, man. And the fact that nothing is happening, and that's basically where we're at. Nothing is happening. And so I just decided to just take some time off, um, and really just think about this. I'm to the point. It's a frustrating subject, and I'm so jaded. It makes you want to just kind of, I don't want to say give up. I mean, but it's definitely discouraging when you think about it, and people just saying the same things over and over again, but we're really not getting anywhere. It's like when you're stuck in the mud, right? You got a real wheel drive truck stuck in the mud, and you just keep on hammering the gas. What's happening? You're just digging a hole, man. You're just digging yourself deeper and deeper into the mud. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You can stomp on the gas all you want. You're not going anywhere. And I feel like that's where we're at with this discussion, with this subject, and it's a shame. And until the NHI themselves decide to come out and say, "Hey, we're here," um, this is what it's going to be. And you look at people like Lou Elizondo, the other whistleblower from ATIP, and it just makes you wonder, like, what's really going on? What is really going on? So that's my little rant tirade. I just don't know. Like, I don't know what what are we doing? Like, what is going on? Like, what is the goal here? Um, it's 2025, right? I'll say this: the Azalea festival with Chris Bledsoe and all those witnesses and people saw all those orbs in the sky and they were getting big. That was contact. That was contact. I don't know if you guys are. I'm gonna post a little bit of the footage here. I just want you guys to check it out. Like, let's just look at it. Tell me what you guys think. Like, could this possibly have been hoaxed? Is this? I don't think so. I mean, it's amazing footage. So here, check us out. I'll be right back. Visibility, man.
See right there? Yeah. Look. What's up there? Right there. Right. That's moving over there. Just coming behind the fence. All right, we said 825. We built the vibe. Look at that. There we go. Two of them?
Go.
Wow.
Hey,
Thank you.
look at that, man. Isn't that amazing? It's awesome.
Who was asking if they were satellites earlier?
Oh my God!
How big it gets.
Think of her when you say,
Oh my gosh,
Look at that, man.
well, I hope everybody here.
Thank you. Yes, I do see it moving in this direction. Thank you. Could you get brighter so we could see better, please?
Watch this.
Right here.
Thank you. Yes!
It's contact, man.
Thank you. Woohoo! Thanks. Thank you.
That's not really going in a straight line either. Oh yeah. Well, wait, that's really
Wow.
So look, let's break that down, right? She said, "Can you get a little brighter for us?" And the thing reacted. It got brighter. What's that tell you? What is that showing? Like, we need to really think about that, right? So what's that showing? That there's a connection, and obviously, I highly doubt they heard her say that, in that craft or whatever that is, or if that is a being in and of itself. This is a psychic phenomenon. It has to do with the mind. Awesome.
Thank you.
cross that star.
Oh my God.
Something. Balloon. It's a satellite. Awesome.
Key to connecting to this and living it is your heart has to be in line with your head. So if I say, I love you, I can't fake it. I gotta mean it, right? I gotta really mean it. And when I really mean I love you and I say that, that's connecting the heart to the head, right? And when you seek this up here, it's all emotion based. It's based on our emotion. And you saw when we asked that in that emotional way, it responded to us. So just work on having your heart aligned with your thought. If you love someone,
Awesome, man. Just wanted to show you guys that. So there, you can see. I mean, things are getting bigger. They're responding to the people who are talking. People are cheering. It was obviously a very special experience for the people involved. Chris Bledsoe, man, he's a freaking saint, man. That dude, I'll tell you what. Um, yeah, that was awesome, man. That was the one bright spot in the last couple of months. That little situation there at the Azalea Festival. Yeah, so I mean, any of you guys, if you guys ain't familiar with Chris Bledsoe, you can follow him on Instagram and all that. He posts videos all the time. The dude really has legit ability to man, these things manifest for him, man, and they show up. And he's been studied by NASA and government agencies. All the alphabet agencies have visited him and his family. He has connections with some big players in the CIA and NASA, and just a wild subject. Yeah, you guys can look it up. It's pretty. You just investigate Chris Bledsoe. It'll if you're not familiar with him already, he's probably the most important figure right now in the disclosure, um, field. In this subject, he's the main. He's the guy that actually produces results. You know what I mean? Skywatcher, I mean, hey, they did some good things. I'm not going to Skywatcher. Those pictures, and they actually like defined the different UAPs that they were countering and giving you a breakdown on them, and it's interesting. It's very very cool, man. Very cool. So we have that, but I'm done looking to the government for disclosure. I'm done. I mean, that's a waste of time, a colossal waste. So you got the Skywatcher boys, Chris Bledsoe. These guys, man, they're really doing good things for the disclosure movement. Just wanted to make this video, man, talk about this for a minute, see where you guys were at with it. I know I haven't posted in a while, so this video is probably not going to get too many likes. YouTube tends to punish people when they take time off, so it's all right. I'm going to get back into the groove of things, start posting on a daily basis. I appreciate you guys watching. I know today wasn't really a real exciting, excellent episode. I didn't really delve into any particular subject and get into any of the wild things like I usually do. I apologize for that, but I'm easing back into this thing. So bear with me, and till tomorrow. Thanks for watching.